Radio Network and our Facebook followers. And as I promised last hour, we have a very, very special guest in the studio today. And I'm not going to steal too much of his, glory. And, 'cause y'all don't want to hear me talk. You'd rather hear my guest talk because you hear enough of me. So, but I'm very honored to have, an aspiring music, more film producer, director, actor. What other titles can I throw out there? So we got the producer, actor, director.
Right, and we also have our own movie studio here, so that's cool.
Okay, so if someone, if I was an aspiring actor, maybe I need to come see you, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. We do have casting call all the time and stuff, so yeah.
Casting call?
Yeah.
Oh no, I ain't standing in that line. So we ain't gonna be doing. Hey, our Facebook followers as well as Fishbowl, we have Romario, Facey. And he's gonna share with us all his aliases. So when you go to look for him, and you'll be able to find him. And we're gonna talk about his upcoming film that is releasing. But before we get to that, obviously, we focus a lot on the education piece. So, Romario, welcome to the Mustard Seed Marketing Show on Fishbowl Radio Network. We're very honored to have you.
Hey, thank you, and it's a pleasure being here.
All right. So we're just going to kind of dive right into this because we definitely want to save enough time for us to tell the audience. We're not going to give away everything, but we're going to tell the audience about your upcoming film. But before we get into that, our audience just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll talk about how you got started in this industry.
Okay. Well, first of all, my name is Romario Facey. I was born and raised in St. Catherine, Jamaica. I know most people from Jamaica say they're from Kingston, but I'm from St. Catherine. I ain't gonna lie about it.
Hey, that's like people say they're from Dallas, and then you say where they from. They say Paris.
I know, right?
Or Paris, what? Paris, Texas, or right. Duncanville. Where's Duncanville?
Right.
So, well, go ahead.
Yeah. So ever since I know myself, I wanted to be in the industry. I wanted to be an actor, and that was my main goal. And when I was younger, my mom asked me what I wanted to become, and that was the first thing that came to my mind. I pretty much I didn't start out in acting, actually. I did auditions, and it just didn't work out. And I got recruited as a runway model. And, it was a lot of backlash, in Jamaica. But, that it started there, and then, it led all the way here,
So you got recruited as a runway model, huh?
Yeah.
It must have been tough walking in them high heels. Okay.
Well, that was for the girls.
Okay. You didn't have to do that. Okay.
No, we didn't
all right.
have to do
Okay.
that. We didn't have to do that.
Okay, we didn't have to do that. Okay. So now, how long have you been? So let's tell the audience what all. Obviously you're an actor. Mm-hmm. Now, what's the name of your company?
Romario Facey Production.
Okay. So what all does Romario Facey Production do?
Well, we just mostly specialize in just movies and like TV shows and stuff. As of right now, we're just like doing movies until the platform gets bigger. We move to other stuff, but we're just movies and TV shows and stuff.
Okay, good. So now, how long have you been? You still obviously a young man, and how long have you been in this industry?
Well, as I said, since I was like 14, it started out as a model, and then it moved to movies. I was working with Jollywood Jamaica and stuff. I was signed with them before I made it to Hollywood and stuff. So, yeah, I've been since I was 14.
You made it to Hollywood, man.
Well, yeah.
Everybody expires. Go west, young man. Go west.
Well, honestly, I was invited there to be a part of. I was recruited to be a part of a competition in Hollywood called the World Championship of Performing Arts, and this is a competition where they go around the world. They go to each country and they select people in whatever category they're in: acting, modeling, singing, and they bring them here and they compete in front of some of Hollywood biggest casting agents and stuff. And some people get signed, some went back home. There's all those names.
So we always say you were blessed.
Very much so.
When making, we're going to talk about movies because we definitely want to talk about the film that you have coming out. But when we say, how many movies have you produced? Okay, how many have you produced?
Well, Romario Facey production started when I moved to the United States of America, and since I've launched my production, I would say we've done about four movies so far, 4 or 5 movies so far.
And have you starred in them all?
Well, yes. Okay, so let me get to that right there. One of my main reasons for starting Romario Facey production is when I went to Hollywood, the reality hits me. I realized that there was not much room for a black man in the film industry. When a movie is being pressed and a casting call is issued, it's 80% white roles and 20% black. And when there's an audition in LA and it's for black people, it's normally 2,000 people lined up, and I said this in a previous interview. It's normally 2,000 people lined up for the one same role. And what is the role? Tug number 2, tug number 3. Yeah. And I just didn't want to do that. Like my goal is to be an actor. It wasn't to be a director or a studio owner, but I realized that for me to do this and for me to do what I want to do and show my talent rather than put on a hood and rob a store in a movie and help give the black community a bad name, I'm going to have to do this myself, and put myself out there. So that is really the main reason why I started Romario Facey Production, so I can bring my view out there and help other people too as well.
It's sort of like what Tyler Perry has done
pretty much
over the years.
Pretty much.
So when the Spike Lee, Spike doesn't star in a lot of movies, but Tyler, it seems like he's been in almost all his movies except one or two. So.
Right.
And we see where that's gotten him. I'm sure that's. So when we look at that, but before we talk about the upcoming film, one of the things we like to talk about from that educational standpoint. So if I was, or any of the people in the audience was aspiring, because your goal was to be an actor,
right?
And you said, okay, there's a platform out there, but that platform, for the most part, almost alienates you.
Right.
Or they categorize you, they put you in a particular, and they pigeonhole. So in order to do what you really want to do, you said, okay, let me create my platform. Let me put myself, like you said, put yourself out there. Now, that person, and I think that, one of the things you hit on, and I want to go back to, there is a reality piece here.
Right.
Where you say, I want to be an actor. I want to go to Hollywood, and I want to show up for this casting call and all this. And you show up because there's talent here, and you left. And I'm not talking to you in particular, but an individual leaves here because someone told them that they would be good at it.
Right.
But when they showed up for this casting call, like you said, it's 2,000 people getting ready to read.
Right.
So now, before they show up to that casting call, kind of let the audience know first of all, you got to prepare. What type of preparation does a person need?
Well, first of all, people got to understand that Hollywood is a very big place, but also a very small place. There is only a few selective agencies that can get you in movies like The Black Panther, certain movies, the big budget movies, all right? Now, for you to get certain casting calls, first you're going to need an agent. All right. And that agent will know what applications to fill out for you and where to submit your work. They do send out a casting breakdown where they tell you the description of the person that they want, what age range, what body type at most time, and what race. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
And your agent gets that. And if it matches you, they'll send you to the casting call.
Okay. So from a preparation standpoint, that agent, I go out and I hire an agent, or does an agent, am I like a athlete where the agent said, okay, come sign with me? Am I out money at that time? Because, sometimes there's a realization that hit, if I'm a hire agent, do I have to have money to hire that agent? Or?
If you ever paid an agent, it's a scam. If you ever have to pay an agent, it's a scam.
All right.
And anybody in Hollywood can tell you that, all right? First of all, your agent make money from you by marketing you. People got to understand what Hollywood is. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Hollywood is just like Walmart. It sells product that people wants to buy. And this is why if an actor has a couple million followers and people are running behind this person, they will get every single movie role until their followers stop following them. Same thing with Walmart. What happened at Walmart, if something is a hot product, it's at the front of the store for you to see. Mm-hmm. The less people start buying it, it start moving to the back, then to the top shelf, then they move it. You get where I'm coming from? So that's what Hollywood is like. And people got to understand how it goes in LA. LA is not, the industry is about money. More people need to stop worrying about IMDb credit and worry about their fan base. Build a fan base. For example, you have a lot of YouTube stars and Facebook stars that are currently in TV shows and movies and all this type of stuff, and people are like, whoa, they were lucky. No, they weren't lucky. They made videos. They developed a fan page. So when a producer look at them, they're saying, okay, all right, this person already got 20 million people watching everything that he does. If I put him in a TV show, then that 20 million people gonna come over and watch this TV show right here. That's how it works. Money talk. Nothing else talk. Money talk. You know, people can fool you up with all the cliche, but it's a money game.
That's one of the things you're talking about being a money game, similar to the music industry today.
Yeah.
It used to be, I'm sure, and this was before you was born, a person could send out a video of a person, doing a skit or something like that, and maybe that producer may say, or the director say, okay, let's bring that person over. It used to be you sent out a little tape to your music producer, and there's a possibility of getting signed. So Victor, he's a producer over here.
Right.
Yeah, more in the music, right, Vic? Yeah, see? And he's always looking for talent. But now back to, so now we understand what's required. I need to get, and today, in the world today, there's a lot of things we can do for ourselves.
Right.
Like,
right.
You mentioned YouTube.
Facebook. You can make small skits. You can get yourself out there. And that's what agents look for. You know what I'm saying? Gone are the days where you have to go to the Apollo or so to see a live performance or wait for it to come in TV. I remember days when I used to record ringtones off the radio with my phone and wait for that song to play all day so I could record it again. Gone are those days. So when producer look at you, you're like, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. And they're like, okay, cool. There's so many cameras. Your phone, the camera on your phone is better than the camera that they were using 10 years ago.
Yes, you're right. And there's a lot of people that found that out, too, the hard way.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, there's a guy showing dragging his wife off someplace just because somebody had a camera phone.
Yeah.
So now we kind of know a little bit. So walk us through the steps, and then we want to, really save some time for and we're going to talk about the film that's coming up. So, but here I am. I want to be an actor. Now, right now, you're in front. Your goal was to always be in front of the camera.
Right.
But you said, okay, to ensure I can get in front of the camera,
right,
let me be behind the camera
right,
as well. It's kind of like, Clint Eastwood.
Right.
Or somebody, because Clint produces a lot of movies and he stars in a lot of movies that he's produced.
Right.
So as you was coming up as a young man, when your mother said, what did you want? Who inspired you?
Honestly, I always have a thrill for certain things, like being in the army and stuff, and that was because of movies that I watched. But like as I grow older, I realized I didn't want to be a soldier. I just liked the thrill. I would like to play a soldier. But I would say Michael Jackson was even though he's a musician, the talent, the craft, it was just, I would say that's my biggest inspiration.
Yeah, because he was an entertainer. He music, but you could always listen to Michael, but there was nothing better than going to see him.
Right. I never got to see him.
I was really blessed that.
Oh, you saw him?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm jealous. First of all, I never thought I'd spend that much money to see anybody. Hey, but it was Michael Jackson, and that was years ago.
It's worth it.
And then I never thought I'd stand in line that long.
Really?
Actually, I paid somebody that was in front of the line.
Oh man.
So I paid more money than I did.
Oh
I said,
man.
man, how many tickets you get? So I paid someone
Right.
to stand in front of the line. But no, it's I get some. So now you've gone. You went to Hollywood. You done the casting call, and then you made that decision. Say, you know, in order for me to get in front of more cameras, I need to be behind the camera.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So walk us through that process. You decided one day, and I know you didn't start with one of these, because obviously there's money
Right. Right.
to produce your own movies.
Yeah.
Okay, the equipment, there's all that piece.
Right.
And, I know a lot of people that, they sit down and they got this idea. And it has to start with an idea.
Right.
But also it has to start with a good business plan.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
When did you decide to draw up your business plan? What did that business plan look like? And then how did you get the funding? And I'm not talking about personal, but,
Right.
you had to go out because most businesses, and we talk about this on this show all the time, a person can have a great idea and they can have a great work ethic. They can have all that.
Right.
But you talked about something earlier. What does it take to be successful?
Well, what does it take to be successful? I would
One of the
say
key things is
hard work, dedication, and stability. You got to keep stable. You got to keep focus on what you're going towards. You got to look at it through an arc eye. You got to see it, aim for it, and keep going. There's going to be a lot of obstacles in the way, but you just got to keep going.
Yes, and now you mentioned something earlier. I can have hard work. I can have a good idea. But if I don't have
the money. Well, I was fortunate enough to have my own money. So I would say that's one of the things that helped me out in LA. And that was one of the reasons why my agent, which we're pretty cool now, but at first we weren't very cool because there was a lot of stuff that they wanted me to do that I'm not going to even talk about for the next couple of years that I wasn't with, and
Yeah.
he figured that out, and he just, he started telling me everything. He just laid out. He's like, okay, look, you will never go to an audition with a white actor. As a matter of fact, I had a white actor friend that we were very cool, and he was like, you guys will never meet at the same audition, because you guys don't get the same type of role. And if you guys meet at the same audition, you won't meet, because guess what happened? His role maybe is going to be cast 3-4 months prior to yours. Your role is cast when they have the role that they're like, okay, we have to use a black person right here for political justice or whatever, So it was a lot of stuff, and he taught me that. And it was a lot of stuff that happened, and how I ended up in Texas, Oh, I ended up in Texas. I was trying to avoid something. I was trying to get away from the whole Hollywood phase. There's a lot of stuff that happened there. It's crazy. It's really, it's sick. It's crazy there. And
Well, you said it's sick.
No, it is. It is some sick, crazy stuff that goes on. And God knows, God know my heart. I see people every day killing themselves that they're going to Hollywood. And it's two different things. Do you want to be a master at your craft, or you want to be a star? Because let me tell you something. Being a star takes a lot of sacrifice. Doing your art, doing what Mike did, doing what James Brown did, doing what all of those people did. Now that's right there is art. Just walking up in there and doing what some people do and just being famous and rich, and you're like, okay, what is this person talent? Takes a lot of sacrifice, because money's not a problem. Money really isn't a problem. Money is a problem to minority because it's a control mechanism. It's not a problem. How do you have shortage of something that you print? The American dollar does not go to gold. It doesn't value gold. The government just print dollars. It's a print just like paper. It has no value behind it. So how is it a problem?
And money should never keep people from
Never.
making money.
It never should. But we're in a time in society where everybody wants money, and that is one of the reasons why we fail so much, especially in the film industry. Everybody just try to get as much as they can get and try to get over at all time. And it's a big problem. Teamwork makes the dream work. When Tyler Perry did his stuff, see, everybody loved Tyler Perry right now. Everybody want to go to Atlanta. They want a shot at Tyler Perry. They want to go down there and meet him, get in his movies. But see, that's what people do when you're big. People didn't know that Tyler Perry had his first play and only 9 people showed up. And all 9 people he knew. and he uses tax refund money to do all that type of stuff. See, a lot of people wouldn't research that. They don't care about that. All they care about is being in your bigness. When you're big, when you're up there, how can I get up there with you? You know, that's all some of them are care about. So, you know, it's really what it is, man.
Yeah, we're good. So when we come back, we're going to talk about this, the movie that you have coming out.
Yeah.
Insincere
Twins.
Insincere Twins. So stay tuned at Fishbowl Radio Network and our Facebook followers, and we'll be right back with Romario Facey, you know, actor, producer, director, and, you know, influencer, you know, as well. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. So we're here with Romario Facey of Romario Facey Production. And before we talk about the upcoming movie, you know, we want to talk about the cost. You know, there's always a cost in producing a movie.
Right.
And there's a cost of promoting a movie, you know, and there's a lot of expiring, you know, not only actors, but producers and so forth. So kind of walk us through, first of all, you got the producer. People always hear about the producer.
Right.
Now, the role of the producer and the role of the executive producer, and what's the difference in an executive producer and a producer?
Well, a producer is a person that's more closer to the film. It's just pretty much like the director. They make sure everything goes good. They're literally on site most of the time. They're responsible for finding the, doing the marketing and making sure everything works out for the film. The executive producer, most of the time, don't even know what's going on. Most of the time, they're just the person who gave the money.
Who gave the money.
Who fund the film. You know, that's who the executive is most of the time. They just fund the film, and that's really it. The producer does pretty much more work than the director at times.
Okay. Yeah, so now then people talk about the director, so the role of the director.
Well, the role of the director is to make sure the film is done properly. There's several different directing departments when it comes to a film. Overall, the film director is the main director who needs to make sure every other department is good. But then you have the cinematography director who directs photography. It's also their duty to select the best shot. But it is the film director that said, hey, I don't like that shot. I don't think that shot is going to go good with this film. You know, there's sound directors. There's a bunch of directors that comes to it. But the movie director overall is the overall seer of everything and making sure everything is good. You know, producer mostly work behind the scene business aspect. The movie director is more like on field every day, 24/7, every single shot, you know, so yeah.
So that's why, you know, when you start naming these people, that's why, you know, it's nice to aspire to be, you know, an actor, producer, and all those, but that's when the money comes in.
Right.
You know, so now you were blessed between you and your family, and you worked hard to prepare for this. But that everyday person, how does a person finance their film? Where do they get the money from?
I will say, to give a realistic answer to that, it's a little bit hard. And why I said it's a little bit hard is due to the fact that the industry is filled right now. Everything is filled with people doing GoFundMes, all that type of stuff. Everybody trying to do something in the movie industry and all that type of stuff. So it's flooded. Now, finding the money for the film is a little difficult. It's a little difficult when you don't have the money and you're trying to find the money. I will say, if you're making a movie, if you're a writer, find somebody who knows how to direct, and then find somebody who knows how to do cinematography, find somebody who knows how to do editing. Y'all make a mutual contract, come together, and you create a movie. Find actors that are willing to partake. You can skip all that heavy finance by just teamwork. Teamwork. There's somebody who knows how to use a camera. There's someone who knows how to direct, someone who knows how to write. Teamwork make the dream work. It's simple. But, you know, everybody wants to have their own production. Everybody wants to be the head of everything. You know what I'm saying? And that requires money. When you want to be, I'm the boss, that requires money.
So I like the idea when you said, you know, find someone who has these talents.
Yeah.
Put all those people together. And then have a mutual agreement on the contract. So if this film makes 5, 10, 15 million, this is how we get split. So
Right.
if you got people that want to be in front of the camera,
Mm-hmm.
you know, some people will say, well, I just want to be in the movie.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and once they become a star, then they can charge.
Right.
But until you become a star,
Yeah.
you know,
There are stars in Hollywood working for $1,000. There are stars in Hollywood that really ain't making no money. So it's like when people get this illusion that they're just gonna get some big money right off the back, it doesn't necessarily work like that. You gotta go out there building a reputation and then it works for you. You know, you don't just get rich overnight. You might be lucky enough, but what are the chances? Like winning the super lotto, you know?
so, you know, realistically, I guess there are some people out there that just want to be an actor and they want to start.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are some people that do it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
So the chances are, if you're doing it for the money, you won't make the money.
If you're doing it for the money, you won't even make it because all aspect of the industry, from music to acting, it takes a lot of sacrifice, and you have to literally love it to uphold with all those sacrifices. You know, so if you're doing it just for the money, people will know. People will see it in your work, in your quality of work.
So let's talk a little bit about this. Now, the films that you've made.
Mm-hmm.
So the next film, and we'll talk about the title here in a minute here.
Mm-hmm.
This is your fourth film.
Yeah, this is my fourth film on my own, but I starred in other movies, like with Jollywood Jamaica and stuff, and other movies in Jamaica, Sun Peak Cinema and stuff. So yeah.
Okay. So first movie that you made on your own. What was the title of that movie?
Well, that movie was Texas Trap.
Okay.
And it was how would I put it? It was supposed to be a fun thing.
Yeah.
I just came to Texas, decided I was gonna be on the low for a minute because a lot of stuff happened and my brain was just all messed up. I had a friend out here and they were like, "Yo, come out here, hide away from everything, chill out, breathe for a minute." A lot of stuff. So I went to a private barbershop, which was at somebody's home. And there was this rapper who, he probably had some stuff going on back in the days, but he never got on. And he saw me. He was like, "Hey, I know you. I seen you in a previous interview. You're that Jamaican dude who just got signed with an agent in Hollywood." And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And he was like, "Help me with my music." And I was like, "Well, I don't do music. I don't know nothing about music." And he's like, "How about we make a movie and put the music in the movie?" I'm like, "Well, that could be a good idea, but how are we going to pull that off?" And he's like, "I don't know. Tell me what to do." And I was like, "Well, find some actors." And this guy went and walked through every single creases of Fort Worth and brought a whole bunch of people. So we went to Walmart. I just bought 2 cameras. It was fun. We shot this movie. It was not even scripted, actually. I just had some guidelines because it was just having fun. A bunch of car clubs and stuff, and I just made it up as we go along. And we finished it. We did a premiere for it, at a small theater. We did it. It was cool. A lot of people came out, had a laugh, and we uploaded to YouTube. And 6 months later, had 23 million views. And the comments and the feedback was the cinematography in that movie wasn't nothing. It was just shot in tripod. The audio was messed up, but people was like, it was so real and natural, because the people in the movie weren't actors. They literally lived that life. Some of them, so they were like, "Wow, we really dig this. It connect." So I was like, "Oh." And then I had a TV station reached out to me and they were like, "Hey, how about we make a movie together? I'll provide all the equipment you need." And they had every single equipment we could ever need. And they're like, "We'll provide a videographer." And we attempt that. And it was a failed approach. The movie was done, but I put it this way. The first few weeks of the movie, everything was good. About the third or fourth week, the TV company provided the equipment, but nobody to use the equipment. So we would be from one mess to another mess. And then we got to an editor this editor also has stuff on Netflix that they edit in nice places, right? That they do for themselves, and somebody require them. And they charge me way more than anybody in Texas was charging for editing at the time. But see, I didn't know. I was from LA where people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for editing and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they literally gave me something that a high school kid could have done without an editing software. And not only that, the audio was so jacked up in the movie. We had a studio record every single actor for days. We were in the studio. Everyone was re-recording their lines. He got mad, the editor. He took all the files and just threw it into one big folder. So there was no label, no name or nothing. That just messed the whole entire thing up. So we just had to drop it and throw it on YouTube because we were like, okay, you
What
know
was the
what?
name of that movie?
That was called One More Chance at Love.
Okay.
We had another editor try to rectify what he could, but I was like, I'm not gonna redo all this stuff for that movie because it was bad from the start. So, we failed. You fail to get there. You know what I'm saying? You have to fail. You try, you fail, and you look at it and you prevail from it. That's how it goes. So we came out, we made a short film. It was called Forceful Touch. It was cool. And now we're on to the big thing.
Right.
This one was done different. And we have, I don't know if you've seen the movie Carter High.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So I've actually crossed path with the owner of Carter High, and also director / editor of Carter High, Arthur Muhammad, and he's the one editing this movie. You know what I'm saying? So we shot at a very great quality, and we have a great editor, and we have a great production.
I've seen the cinematography,
Yeah.
and it looks real good.
Yeah,
Looks real good.
yeah. That
So-
was the cinematography was done by Kel Davis and Jake O'Neill, and that's Third Eye Vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us now. Now we went through the first, the second, the third. Now the big time. So name of this movie?
This movie is called Insincere Twins.
Okay. So kind of give us, without, we don't, obviously we don't want to give it away. We want people to pay.
Right.
We want them to pay to see this. All right. So, but kind of give us the kind of a backdrop of the movie, and why, because there's always kind of a storyline behind it.
Right.
Okay. Well, give us a backdrop and the storyline.
Well, Insincere Twin was a movie written by Delisa Rosebar, right? It was her idea, and she had a few scenes written, about 8 scenes or so, and she brought it to me, and she was like, "Yo, what you think about this?" She's never written a script before, and I was like, "You know what? I like it. It's twisted." So I changed up some of the scenes that she had, and then we wrote it out together. We finished it together. I worked in it, and we mastered it, make it into a masterpiece. And the story behind Insincere Twins is about a twin girl. She's a twin. One of her twin lives at home with the mom, and one lives in the big city. The one that lives in the big city, she got money, and she and her boyfriend got money. They're doing good, but she's antisocial with her family. And she's so antisocial to the point where her husband doesn't even know she's a twin. She keeps him distance away. He has only met her father once, and they never really got to spoke much. And what happened is she did love her husband. She didn't have a problem with him, but she was having an affair at work. And she wanted to finish that affair. So she told the guy she's having an affair with that, "Hey, you know what? Let's go on one last vacation. And after this vacation, we're done. Because I love my husband and I want to be with my husband." And her smartest idea was, okay, how is she going to go on a 5-day vacation without her husband suspecting something? So she called her twin sister that she know probably is going to be in some type of debt or something, and said, "Hey, look, how about I pay you $50,000 to be me for 5 days?" Her twin sister denied it, but when she thought about all the student loans she has and $50,000, she was like, "You know what? 5 days. All right, cool." She asked all the necessary questions. What if the husband want intercourse, or you know what I'm saying? And she was like, "No, don't worry about it. It's the red light day, so we good, right?" Anyways, the mistake she made was she let her doctor friend, which is her best friend, knows about all of this plan. Now, she done went on this vacation and died. And now the twin sister They done went to the funeral and everything. The husband don't know nothing. And now the twin sister, she's stuck. She don't know what to do. She don't know how to tell the husband. She don't know what to say. So she's just pretending to be this wife. And the doctor now is trying to blackmail the sister and trying to sleep with the husband because she liked the husband. And the rest of it, they have to come and see because it's some crazy stuff.
Hey, I got to see this now. Okay. We got to see this now. So, okay, in the film, there's a premiere.
Right.
When does the film premiere?
The premiere is June 1st, which is a Saturday.
Okay.
Starts at 7 p.m., finish at 11. And this will be something like you've seen on TV in Hollywood from the Oscars and everything.
The red carpet straight.
Yes. I'm talking about not no small red carpet stuff. I'm talking about big, mega stuff. I'm talking about the red carpet. The runway for the red carpet is 75 feet long. We got limousines pulling up. We got media press. We got everything that you could see at a premiere in Hollywood. You will see right here in Dallas, Texas, June 1st.
So how does one get invited? I see on the website, that person can go to. You have an Eventbrite set up.
Yeah, it's an event for the public.
Okay.
Anyone can go to Eventbrite, look for Insincere Twins, or go to Facebook, look for Insincere Twins, and you click the Eventbrite link. You purchase your ticket. There's 2 tickets on sale. There's a general admission ticket, which is $25, which include pictures, free popcorn, free juice, and meet and greet with other people as well. Now, the VIP tickets are $50, and that includes free food, free juice, free alcohol, meet and greet directly, and you will be in the same room with the actors, directors, and stuff. And to say the movie will be played on 8 different screens that night. 8 different screens in 8 different rooms that night. The whole entire theater belongs to us that night. So we're looking for a turnout of about 850 to 1,000 people. So it's going to be a mega event. And, we have special guests. We have some special guest celebrities that are coming through as well. I don't want to name drop as yet because it's a little bit too soon, and we haven't closed the deals fully. So I don't want to name drop too much, but yeah, it's going to be a great event, and it's going to be an opportunity where people, other aspiring actors and actresses will get to meet us, network with us, and get to find out how they can be in our next project, as well as we have other directors and producers that will be there as well. So they can get to meet and greet with everyone and also have the experience of a lifetime.
So now, how does one, so let's make sure that we have all the right information. So where does a person need to go so that they can, obviously we got the Facebook page. What's the Facebook page that they need to go to, the fan page that they need to go to?
To do what? The tickets? Or?
Yes.
Oh, for the ticket, you can go to Insincere Twins on Facebook, Instagram, but the tickets are being sold only on Eventbrite. They're online. So you can go to Insincere Twins at eventbrite.com, or you can just go to Eventbrite and just search Insincere Twins movie premiere, and it will pop right up June 1st.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you also have a website where a person, they may not be able to, they can get this, but they can also learn more about Romario Facey production, right?
Well, we have a fan page. We haven't launched the website as yet.
Okay.
We have a fan page for Romario Facey production, and we will be posting our casting calls and stuff on that fan page. So if you're an aspiring actor, actress, that's a good place to follow us.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's a lot of people not only want to see this film, but like you said, aspiring actors, that want to. They can follow and see what the next project, and maybe they know where the casting call will be.
Right.
On that next project there. So all right. So that's Eventbrite.com. Search the Sincere Twins, and they'll be able to see that red carpet event. Get your tickets early, because these tickets will sell out. June 1st is the premiere.
Yes.
Then after that, do we have movie theater set up to play And how long will it play?
It all depends on the distributors.
Okay.
As of right now, we do have word from a connect, which is directly with Lionsgate. We're not
Okay.
sure what the deal will be as yet, but it all depends on what the distributors do with the film. So until then, we just have to wait until then.
Okay. Now, will the film be, the viewable? Can you view it other sources, other streaming?
No, that's what I said. Like, it's all depends on what the distributor
Okay.
does after the premiere. The film will not be able to view anywhere until after the premiere. The premiere will be the first place to view it.
Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. All right. So that's so you want to go to Romario Facey Productions and click on Eventbrite.com, Insincere Twins to get your tickets.
Yeah.
Tickets are $25 and $50.
Yes.
If you want some VIP treatment,
Right.
$50 to
Right.
get you there.
Right.
And
Right.
so don't spend that money at Papa Do's that night. Let's go
Right.
and see.
Yeah, and I mean,
and
we're
see
giving a lot of stuff for $50. You're getting VIP treatment. You're getting free food, free popcorn, free juice, and may I say that's unlimited. And then you're getting entrance to the after party, and all that type of stuff. So it cover a lot of stuff.
No,
you know?
but when you say free drinks,
Yeah.
we got to get our tickets.
Not alcohol though.
Whoa.
You will get one. You will get like one re-up of free alcohol for VIP.
All right. Okay.
But free juice is in, but the alcohol is not unlimited. It's just 1 cup per person.
Oh, okay.
But the juice, the drinks,
okay.
the
All right.
sodas, whatever.
Right. We want to make
unlimited.
sure we get that because,
Yeah.
when people start calling you and they can't get you, they say, but Bill, you said on your show.
Right.
That, hey, well, I'm going to get some free. And I still want some of that free. So anything else you want the audience to know about Romario Facey's production that we haven't touched on?
Well, pretty much I just want everyone to know that this is a good example to use. What we're trying to accomplish or what we're accomplishing is pretty much what Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, and all of them pretty much accomplish in Atlanta. They call Atlanta the Black Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? I don't specialize in black movies or white movies. I just specialize in movies with everybody. I try to make my movies multicultural, so I use black, I use white, I use everybody in my movies. You know what I'm saying? No preference over no one. You know what I'm saying? So we're planning on doing a lot of big things. We're planning on getting our studio fully operative in the DFW area, as well as in LA as well, because that's where we're originally from. But we're planning on getting everything fully operative, and we just come out, support, and just see what we got going on. If you're an actor, you're a talent, reach out. We got stuff. We got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. Well, as a matter of fact, next year we're scheduled to shoot 2 to 3 movies, full feature. So that's a lot of stuff.
So how would they, if they follow you on your fan page, they would know where the casting calls are and all that?
Right, Romario Facey Production.
Okay.
We will post everything on Romario Facey Production, where the casting calls will be and who's doing the casting, when the casting are, and all that type of stuff.
Okay,
that will be posted right there.
All right, great. They, and I said I wasn't going to mention it because you do have a up and coming star, but she may not want to eventually be a star. You do have they have a little part in this. You have a little up and coming star, so they that we know. So
you're right, Miss Alexis.
Yeah, Miss Alexis. All right, okay, all right. So anything else?
I don't know. Did we miss anything?
I don't think so. What you think, Vic? We get it all? He's like I said, producer over there. Hey, we want to really thank Romario for coming down. And you need to go to Romario Facey Production, Eventbrite, get your tickets early.
Right.
Because 1,000 tickets like that to go.
Oh yeah,
and,
real fast.
VIP, VIP got to be VIP. So you want to get your VIP tickets fast because only about a couple hundred of those. So they're going to be special. So get your VIP tickets fast.
Right.
And we look forward to seeing this Insincere Twins. Like I said, I saw the kind of quick little premiere, and he shared something with me today now I'm really interested to see. Okay,
Right.
you know, this whole.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. It's
Yeah.
gonna be real nice.
Well, great. All right. So again, I want to thank you, Romario, for coming down, and we look forward to Insincere Twins coming out June 1st, 2019. It's fun
2
movie.
months away.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fun movie grill theater.
Yeah, Carlton, Texas.
Okay, all right, sounds good. So now they can go see the trailer right now.
Oh yeah, they can see the trailer on YouTube. You can
Okay.
go to YouTube and view the trailer, Insincere Twins trailer. You can go to Facebook, Insincere Twins. You'll see the trailer on there as well. So yeah, you can see it.
All right, great. All right, okay, Fishbowl Radio Network and our Facebook followers. So be sure to go check out the trailer on YouTube, Insincere Twins by Romario Facey Production, and get your tickets for the premiere coming out June 1st, 2019. It's going to be a fun movie grill theater in Carrollton, Texas. All right, so that's about it for us today. You know, stay tuned. We're going to continue our process. You know, one of the interesting subjects as we come up over the next couple of weeks, we're going to have some very special guests on our show. One, we'll be hearing back from our agricultural specialist with hemp becoming a huge subject. Bitcoin is back in the news, but more than anything else, as we talked today and we featured, you know, the DFW area, we're going to be talking about giving and how you too can not only help your child and help the community. So stay tuned, Fishbowl Radio Network and our Facebook followers. And I want to give a shout out to my co-host Johnny. Hopefully his father continues to recover. I want to thank my board director and producer today, Mr. Victor over here. It's been a little while since we've seen him. So And again, I want to thank Romario for coming in.
And thank you guys for having me as well.
All right. So this is Bill Saulsberry with Mustard Seed Marketing, where we show you a better way to grow. Have a wonderful weekend.